This is the EZ2HD HDMI 4-in-1 quad multi-viewer with seamless switcher. 4 HDMI inputs, 1 HDMI output, buttons to switch the inputs. What I'm going to do in this video is plug in 3 Panasonic cameras, mirrorless cameras, GH5, GH4, FZ2500, and then I'm going to plug them all into this switcher, and then from the switcher I'm going to go into this standard HDMI computer monitor. This is a little messy right now with all these cables, but what you're looking at are the 3 cameras plugged into the switcher. The switcher is going into that computer monitor via HDMI output, and you're seeing a quad view mode. If I had a 4th camera, you would see it on this side. When I do multicam productions, I, in the past, had used 1 monitor per camera. With this switcher that is meant for televisions, it's not meant for production, but with this switcher I can plug all 3 of these cameras and get this view, so I can bring 1 monitor and have all my angles into 1 monitor. Okay, in this view you have 1 angle over here and the other 2 here. It could be the 4th one, like I said, here, but I don't have a 4th camera plugged in. And you can choose which camera angle is in which box by rotating the switches here. So now I'm going full screen, and with these buttons, it's camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, I am switching through all of the angles, like so. And if I want to see all the angles, quad view mode. Only recently have professional production switchers come down in price. Now the Roland makes one that's really affordable, but it's $1,000. And it's a switcher with the buttons and all that stuff at $1,000. There are other quad splitters for production that are HD SDI, but I haven't found a professional production switcher, quad switcher, that's HDMI. I've seen HD SDI, but not HDMI. So this consumer box that's meant for televisions seems to work with this setup. Now the only drawback, and this is a big drawback, and this is the reason why, this is what separates the consumer from the professional video production, and that is latency. Latency is the delay that from the feed of all of these cameras goes into the switcher and then goes out to the monitor. There's a delay in the action. Waving my fingers right in front and snapping all of these angles, and there is a bit of a delay. I don't know how many milliseconds this delay is, but it could get annoying if you don't want something like this. If you're doing a multicam interview and this monitor is meant for your client or for everyone else just checking the screen, you might get distracted by the delay when people are talking, their mouths are moving, and then you can hear the audio fine, but then it shows up as a delay in all of these. The kind of good thing is that all of these cameras are in sync, so even though they all have latency, they all have the same latency, so you'll get the same degree of delay in all 3 angles. So that's, I guess, the benefit. But it's still latency a big issue, and that's what separates the professional video production switchers from this consumer switcher. Now, if you don't care about that, if you don't care about the latency, there are some productions that you don't really need to care. Maybe you just need to see the angle, but you don't need to see it in real time. This is a really good solution. This, and I'm going to link to the product below in the description of this video, was, I think, under $300, maybe? I think under $300. And if you compare that to the production switchers, which start at $1,000, hey, if all you need is this, and you don't really care about that half-a-second delay, I would invest in the HDMI 4-in-1 quad multi-viewer.